Alright, with that, let's get started. Hi. How are you guys doing? I mean, other than the whole Twitch got hacked thing. Which that was fun to wake up to. I opened Discord and it's just like, I'm sorry, what? Although, at the same time, are we really surprised given, you know, they're not the first, not the last tech place to get hacked or streaming website in any measure to get hacked. So, yeah, if anybody's here and has not heard the news, you'll probably want to change your password at the least and enable two-factor authentication. So, to cover yourself. So, beware and, you know, be careful and all that. Because, obviously, not a fun time. But other than that, which, yeah, I was spending my morning doing that, because obviously, not just my Twitch account, which, you know, streaming account I have two-factor on regardless, because you're required to do that once you're an affiliate or a partner, because, you know, sensitive information could potentially get messed with if you don't. Like, literally required. They don't let you do the things if you don't do that. So, there's that, and... Damn it, I lost my train of thought. Stream has barely started, I already lost my train of thought. Wonderful. But yes, other than that chaos, not terribly much going on in my day other than me looking for a pair of scissors that I technically didn't need to look for because they were in the place that they were supposed to be, and then getting myself caught up in some dust, thus requiring me to use my inhaler, so that was fun. It wasn't bad, but it was bad enough that I noticed I started wheezing, so that was fun. Which, by scissors I mean the stork scissors that you usually see me cut all the stuff with. It's just hadn't been able to find it. Which I found where it was, so that works for me. Which, it was a set of 2 of them, but the first one has disappeared off the face of the earth, and I have no clue where that is, so... No clue on that one. Oh, also, general thought to mind, anybody who was wondering where the heck my package was, it has reappeared as of last night. It got handed off to USPS, so it must have been, like, somewhere in the ether, and they finally got their act together, which I didn't call them. I didn't get a chance to post-stream yesterday, so yeah, it just found its ways, and should be here today, since it says it's out for delivery, so it should be here. So, that issue fixed itself, which, that is great. I love it when issues fix themselves. But, yes, other than be crazy. Also, did I update the crap? I think I might have not updated this. I'll have to do that. Yes, other than that, we're going to be doing some digital art today, which it's going to be the pumpkin because I didn't get a chance to do anything on the pumpkin since last week. So, yeah, more pumpkin time pretty much. I literally have not even touched it since then. Also, this changing of passwords and authenticating stuff and re-authenticating stuff has made me had to do a bunch of things. Like, I had to redo Capamon, which I didn't well, I forgot, given, you know, change of password means, you know, not the exact same stuff that you were doing before, thus having to re-authenticate. And the same thing with the bot, but luckily not the entirety of the bot. So, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, kind of a pain in the ass if you're streaming, you gotta do it all over the place, but again, better safe than sorry. Alright, also, let's pull this up here, make this proper size. Come on. Hello? Why are you... Uh-oh. Critter, come on. Please do the thing. There it is. That took a little way too long for that to resize itself. Alright. And then let's go over here to the drawing screen. Nope, wrong one. Okay, that's the correct one, so don't know why it's not. There it is. Took a second. So yes, pumpkin, which yes, you have, as you can see, I haven't touched since the last time we've gotten to this, so yeah. You're basically going to see me be doing the lines on top of the, where the stem is, right up here, pretty much. Also, where's that pencil? And also, I changed it to RGB, given the purposes I had originally intended it for no longer apply, so not going to be doing that anymore, thus makes no sense to have it in CMYK. So I changed it to RGB to better suit what I'd be doing. Although you're probably not going to notice terribly much difference in the way it looks now, given, you know, the colors that I used were CMYK colors, which should cross over easily. It's when you're using RGB colors and then switch over to CMYK that you notice a difference, because there are certain colors and tones that don't show up in CMYK, which CMYK is cyan, magenta, yellow key, which that's for printing, the key being black. So when you're printing things, CMYK is usually what you shoot for. RGB is visually for screens and monitors and, you know, phones and things of that sort. Thus, you know, if you're gonna do like a digital wallpaper of some kind, that'll be the method you'll want to use. Well, not the method, but the... what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, let's switch that, because the line should be on top, and I think that'll probably be shading. Hello? Things seem to be a little bit laggy at the moment. I'm not sure why. I wasn't doing terribly much before I got started, so... okay, yeah, those two did get switched over. Alright, cool. So, let's move you up here. The one thing I'm kind of amused about is given the timing of this, and Twitch is just like, hey, give us your phone number, potentially. Although, given two-factor authentication, they kind of do already have it. Well, actually, no, not Twitch has it. The authentication app that you're using for Twitch does have said thing. Also, let me turn up the fan. Computer's making sounds again. Oh, wrong layer. Whoops. That should be this layer. I had planned to do this off stream, but I really do enjoy the textural look of having lines like these, which obviously it's going to be around the entirety of the stem, which also I think, yeah, it said I'd wanted to change how that bit of the stem at the end was looking, which I might do that, but I'll have to... Mr. Heartbrains, have you heard of all the chaos? I presume yes. Also, how you doing? How goes Wednesday? I was about to call it Tuesday, but that's the wrong day of the week. Also, I have tea. Caffeinated tea. Yeah, I've been spending part of my morning re-authenticating and all kinds of shit. Thanks, Twitch. Although, as I was saying, you know, they're not the first and they're not the last to ever get, you know, hacked, so... Kinda can't blame them in some regards, but I feel like they should probably have better security for that sort of thing. But yeah, try to not pile on Twitch too much, because it's like... Hacker's gonna hack. But yeah, that's been my morning. Because I literally woke up to the, oh hey, Twitch got hacked, and I was just like, crap. Oh, also, not sure if you saw my general announcement in my Discord, but A, I got rid of Redbubble, B, I got rid of Patreon because they weren't doing terribly much of anything for me, so if you kind of want art stuff from me, the sole place you're going to be able to get it for now, other than, you know, giveaways and stuff, is going to be my Ko-fi page because I have digital wallpapers there and such. What? Also, I was like, is that nines? Yes, that's nines. Although I wasn't really, like, putting that much advertising power out there about, you know, Redbubble and what's its face? Patreon. So, it's probably not gonna hurt me terribly much. But I figured anybody potentially looking at that sort of stuff, I'd at least mention it. So no one's like, oh, where the hell did this stuff go? Also, what? Tell me! That's supposed to... Well, you don't realize it because, you're, what's its face? A VIP? Also, let me see. Okay. Thank you. I did not realize that was on. Because I had it the... What's its face? But yeah, basically for any VIPs and moderators, that basically doesn't matter. You're exempt from that. I figured that was... Yeah, it has an option that allows you to do that, which I let you guys do that. So, yeah, you should have been fine. But thank you for telling me regardless. I didn't realize it was still on because I thought that was just, you know, the bot that I have for, you know, the stupid bot trolls and crap. That bullshit. Because it basically has it to set to emote only when I'm not live, so that's what I thought it was. Talk about... I know, we're just swimming in money. It's like, I figured, you know, maybe part of Twitch, but the entirety, like, Jesus. Although, honestly, at the same time, no matter how, you know... What's its face? No matter how much, you know, security, the possibility of being hacked is gonna be present and there, so... What can you do? But honestly, I didn't take that you using just straight emotes. Was you. What's its face? Tried to tell me something. I'm just dense, apparently. Also, I figured that was just regular you. Also, might be small unboxing of things and stuff. Because yarn should be showing up today, which also, it's mostly just shop yarn. Shop and stream yarn because I'm just having a couple of colors added to the sub-squares. So, that's a thing. Which I do want to maybe get some multicolors, but I'll probably have to wait for whatever my next payout is, which... I have a feeling that might be a while. I'll be real honest with ya. Whoops. There it is. Crazy. So what have you been up to today so far, other than that? I presume you've not been up for terribly long. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Well, I have been proven correct. That works. Well, sometimes you surprise me, given, you know, there's been a couple times. I think you've streamed, like, the same time I've gotten on, so... I have learned to assume nothing. I've been... It happens. Oops. I would like you to do the thing. It's sometimes hard to see the stupid bar thing. And I'm trying to... Michaels, please go away. I don't want emails. So I do on the... Aw. That is fair. Completely fair. And I understand the want to do that. Because it's better to, you know, be with other people and then not go into that fucking rabbit hole of absolute garbage. I no. No. Also, you know very well what the hell I meant. Uh, where is... There it is. Yeah, there are definitely some spots I'm gonna need to clean at some point, but it's alright for now. Although, Oh, wait. Yeah. I think, I'm not sure if I have it fully set up, but if I can, I will do it. Because I did the thing. I do have the thing, like I downloaded the thing it told me to. So I think I should have everything, but I'm not entirely sure. So the best way to know is to try it, really. I'll be real honest with you about that. Because I had the thing. I would just have to, you know, actually do it in order to see, you know, did I actually do the thing correctly? Actually, I didn't save anything yet. No, I don't want to save. I just want to come back and then start that again because I'm not sure I like the way I did that. It's not going to let me go all the way back to where I want it to be. Luckily, this won't close the entirety of the application. It'll just close this thing, what I'm doing right now. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Thank you. Also, I noticed it's not taking note of recent documents as well as it should be, which is really weird. So I might have to see about that update at some point, which I think I've mentioned this like last week or so. Okay. Also, I think I'm gonna have to at least retitle this folder the Redbubble folder, given I'm not doing Redbubble anymore because they're very garbage at protecting art of artists on there. So, yeah, that's fun. Okay, cool. That's back where it started. Let's have some more Earl Grey tea. Although my only annoyance is the fact that I had to use not regular milk. It was almond milk, and I'm not a fan of almond milk. Especially if it has soy in there, because I think I have like a mild, at least when it comes to the milks, a mild soy allergy for some reason. Don't know why, but it exists. Alright, so... yeah, let's start that way. Gonna make sure to put that back where it's supposed to be. And let's make this a lot larger than 5 bloody pixels. Also, let's zoom in a wee bit more. I'm trying not to strain my neck terribly much. I actually don't mind oat milk. It's just, almond milk, because almond milk is a bit watery. I'll be real honest with you. Oat milk has a nice fat composition that makes it good for, like, you know, coffee and black tea and things of that like, so I don't mind either one. Nope, that's going a wee bit too straight. Make sure I leave enough space for all of these lines that I'm going here with. Which I might not be, because that does not look like a ton of space. Can Boba not have regular milk, or does she prefer, you know, not regular milk, which either option is fine and valid. I'm just curious, because I know some people just don't like regular milk, but sometimes, you know, milk gives you issues, so trying other stuff is probably better. I think she feels... I have no idea what dairy farms are like, so fair enough. Trying not to itch my hair, but it's not working. Which also, you can use your, your stream points if you have enough to try a round of Stream Raiders. If you like, and then I'll see if it's working or not, which, let me actually open up the tab for it while I'm here. While I'm talking about this, just so you don't have to wait for that. Because it's gonna take a moment for that to even happen. Yeah, that's why I put that there, so in case, you know, you guys wanted stuff like that, you just be like, hey, do the thing. Alrighty, no worries. Probably best I open it up anyway, so doing that. Also, don't you have a battle pass, so you have all 4 slots filled? Also, let me... yeah, it's gonna make the sound once it's done loading anyway. Whatever. Because I think I had a battle the last time I opened it, because I didn't really grind terribly hard this time around. I didn't buy this event. Okay. Cool. Yeah, the only way I'd get one of those is if I get gifted one. I'll be real honest with you. No way would I actually buy one, but that's just me. And that's in part because I don't have, you know, $10 to spare currently. I'll be real honest with you with that. I would love to, but I can't. We missed it. Okay, yeah, that's fair. But at least you had a good time on vacation. I'd say it's worth it. Because you two looked like you had a real fun time doing vacation stuff and things. Oh, there's no artillery scrolls. Huh, okay. Ah, it sucks. Although technically if you do some of the... Which, how far have you gotten into the leveling up stuff and things? Those rewards and stuff. Which, I would have to check where I am on that. Come on. Nope. That's way too straight. It's supposed to be on a curve, thank you. Haven't played so much. 31? The hell? You must have grinded the last time around. Literally, the only time I play is typically like you or I'm in 9.5 stream. That's it. That's it. Which that's probably at least partially why I did the whole, hey, let's, you know, do the thing. Although I know, you know, it would be my captain's account. Which I'd have to start from the beginning again. Hey, B, hello, how are you doing? I have presumed you've heard all the crazy that has gone on with Twitch getting hacked and have taken the proper precautions. Hopefully you're doing well otherwise, and happy Wednesday, other than that mess. Yeah, you might want to change your password and put on two-factor authentication. Because the entirety of Twitch got hacked, so yeah. That was a great thing to wake up to at like 8:20 in the morning. I was checking my phone and I was just like, well, cool. Time to re-authenticate all the fucking things. Great. Well, other than that mess I woke up to, not bad. My yarn package reappeared, so it should be here today. Because I had ordered some yarn from We Crochet, and like a couple of days ago when it was coming from Jersey, it disappeared off the face of the earth. Don't know why. Like, it probably got lost in the USPS ether. Or black hole, rather. Which it reappeared upon me checking it this morning. Like, it had got into my local post office area as of last night, and then, you know, it is out for delivery as we speak, which I'm glad, given that is shop yarn, not personal yarn. Since it's mostly cotton. But a couple of them is gonna be... well, are gonna be colors for sub-squares and such. So, that's a thing. Also, in other updates, not sure if you're in the Discord. I don't think you are. By the way, you might not have seen my general alert thingy. Which basically, I was like, I've been putting so much effort into this thing and the other thing, those things being Redbubble and Patreon, and, you know, haven't gotten anything out of it, thus I'm shutting those down, which I did. So you can't buy the stuff and the things off of either one of those for right now. If ever. I don't think I'm gonna put those back up, so basically I'm kind of gonna concentrate all my efforts onto not Patreon, Ko-fi. There we go. Which I do have a couple of wallpapers, digital wallpapers available for like phones and tablets in the shop. Also, the pins, donut pins, which are still hanging out there, available for purchase. Although the pins are US to Canada only, just because, you know, EU shipping. EU shipping is basically a nightmare right now. So basically this thing I'm working on here, which this was gonna go to Redbubble and then I was just like, fuck Redbubble. Basically, I'm gonna make this into a wallpaper instead. Which anybody who has a sub and... Of course you would say that. But yeah, shipping is basically like... Nah, I'm good. I mean, it always was pricey, but it's gotten worse now. So I'm just like, don't feel like doing that, so cool. But the digital wallpapers obviously are available to everybody. Which, if you connect your Twitch to the Discord, you'll have a free wallpaper section, which I put them there for everybody who subs to the channel, so you'll be able to get the wallpapers for free as a thank you for subbing. Which it doesn't matter if you had gotten a gift sub or, you know, had sub yourself. Either way, it's cool. But yeah, this is only gonna be obviously for like original content, because like say if I do like fan art or what's its face? Stuff like a draw this in your style, probably wouldn't be able to put that up for sale. But yeah, basically all the things and stuff, essentially. Alright, let's see how that feels. Which, I'm doing those lines to add some texture, which... I very much enjoy adding texture to stuff like that. Although normally I would have the stabilizer tool, but I'm just trying to see how this works out freehand. Although there's still some stuff I need to clean up in places. Ah. And notice those little bits that are peeking out right there. But all in all, regardless of all the stuff and things, I enjoy this pumpkin. Which, once I save this, I'm gonna have a background, which I need a background 2 sizes. Although I'll probably have to do it in a larger size first and then shrink it down to the smaller size for phones. Probably I can go like... My only, like, minor issue with closing down Redbubble is the, hey, where am I gonna get my stuff for prizes printed? Because given I tend to use Redbubble at times to print prizes and stuff, and it's just like, that's gonna be annoying. Which, main reason I closed down Redbubble was the whole, hey, I've put how many years in this and I haven't got to pay out once. Although it's arguably like Etsy in the way of, hey, having to fight your way over to get found and all kinds of crap. So it's just like, essentially, work reward ratio was not working out for me. I'm like, I was hoping for at least, you know, a small bit of like maybe passive income, but nope. Because stuff like that is pretty necessary for me, you know, actually do the stream stuff like doing prizes and that sort of thing, because, you know, it requires money to send things places. Unfortunately, it's not like Star Trek and you can just, you know, beam the things to people's houses. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Also, I just realized I haven't looked at how long I've been... Oh, it would help if I'd scroll that up. Oh, I can't just see it at all. Great. Let's see. I guess I'll need to check here. Okay, cool. It's not been an hour yet. I just want to make sure I don't go too far over and not take my break. Because especially when I'm doing art stuff, I tend to strain my neck a little bit. So I'm trying to, you know, make sure I take my stretch breaks for just that reason. And, gotta go. No worries. Enjoy your lurk. Probably gonna be on first break pretty soon anyway. Also, I should probably finish my tea so it does not get cold. Because... tea. Yep, it's already gotten... like warmish. But not terribly much left, so it's fine. Is that little grainy silt feeling also the almond milk? I think so. Considering I used a regular tea bag, so I know it's not, you know, loose leaves. and see an alert from another channel that I follow doing the same thing about the Twitch two-factor, all that. I have a feeling I'm gonna be seeing that pretty much all day as everybody's just like, wait, what? What's happening? Unrelated, but I think I want to change the bot's name. I kind of want to change it to a different name. Refilling my... Yay! Refill. What are you having? And I usually don't have more than one in a day, so that's it for me. Like, that's it, period. I mean, maybe I could have some green tea later, but it's just like, eh. Yeah, excuse me, I'm gonna definitely need to smooth these out a wee bit in places. But I was expecting that, given I haven't even drawn anything today yet, so it would make sense. Also, that's over the line there, so let's deal with that. Decaf. Ah, having trouble. I'm sorry you're having trouble sleeping, that sucks. But yeah, also I figured you were, you know, EU person. So I figured it was a bit later for you. You're 6 hours ahead of me. Well, actually, no. 5? Because you said 7 p.m., so... Yeah, about 5. Because it's almost 2 here. Unless it's 7, almost 8, you mean. Ah, nope, 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 nope. Come back here. I need to do this. Let's erase this. Let's make that actually larger. Oh, there's no real point in erasing that given the whole hey. I might change the way that line looks anyway, so that's not helpful. Yep, I forgot I had that on. Let's mute that tab. Sorry, that's John's with Stream Raiders. I have it. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mute it. I just pinned it like a dumbass. That's not what I wanted. I just want to mute the tab. Please and thank you. But yeah, definitely if you're having sleep issues, I imagine having some decaf is probably the best course of action for the moment. Usually don't have, you know, stuff like that late anyway, so it's not an issue. The hell? Is that? I think that's... Yeah, that's that. I was like, why is that fuzzy? It's just the edge, the way that edge looks, because I had used a larger pencil, tool, brush, and that caused the line to fuzz. A smaller pencil tool is a little more friendly to cleaner lines. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I think I might just turn on the thing. Tool options, stabilizer. Overview, move that there. Oops. Alright, and then let's grab the eraser. Get rid of the original bit of line going on here. And also that extra bit of fill-in going on. Whoops. Let's try that again. That's better. A little bit more pencil here. Nope. So it also is just the pencil thing. Given the similarity of the colors, it's sometimes hard to tell. So I might say about maybe making this a wee bit darker. Or maybe the fill-in a little bit darker, one or the other. Nope. Just a little bit off the edge there. Do. Nope. Also, sorry I got hyper-focused. I realized I've just been like, blah, 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 blah. I should probably be saying things. That is... Alright, I'm gonna zoom out and see what this looks like. Yeah, I like that better than compared to what it is, although that area is a bit more sharp than I would like. I kind of want it to curve a little bit. And by here, I mean like right here. So I will probably fiddle with that after my break because, yeah, it's a couple minutes post the 1 hour mark. So let me save what I have. Save. And go take my first break of the day. So definitely if you've been hanging out and potentially want to, you know, grab some more coffee or whatever beverage of your choice, get up and stretch, or do stuff that you need to get done, definitely a good time to do it if you don't want to miss any of the stream. I will be back in about the usual 10 minutes to work on more pumpkin. Which mostly it's going to be me cleaning up and straightening lines and also adding texture lines to that stem. So, package just showed up at my doorstep, which you can probably guess what it is if you heard me chatting about it earlier. Again, let's pull it down here. That's better. But yeah, so my wee crochet package has shown up. Which the box is a little bit beat up in spots, so I suspect it had a bit of a journey. Also, the yarn is not put in a box, which I'm just like in a plastic thing of any kind, which I'm slightly miffed about. Uh-oh. Shit. Did I click something? Yes, I did click something. The screen would not be going like this if I didn't click something. Okay, cool. Yay! Because things just went black for a second, and I was just like, what's going on here? But yeah, we crochet package arrived, which not terribly much other than, you know, let's see, you know, dish yarn, which I was just stocking up on that because reasons. But other than dishy, there's a couple of Bravo, which is gonna be for you guys in regards to. Oh Jesus, this is bright ass orange. For sub squares, so I think this is P. Yeah, Peapod, Sky, Teal. Okay, this is Peacock, but it's called Teal, and you know, orange, bright ass orange. Cause I have a couple squares that I need to get done in orange, so it's just like I just bought this instead because I didn't feel like dealing with, you know. Cool. Yay! Because literally the entire screen went black for a second. So I was worried. But yeah, so all this Bravo for subsquares, I need to update the subsquare color choice list to include these options. So let's see. But yes, other than that, I have a couple of, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. Things a dishy. I honestly would have gotten more, but again, I didn't have the funds to restock every single color at the moment, so it would definitely help if the dish towel sold in order for me to, you know, buy more cotton yarn. Because I already have another thing of yellow and blue, so that's why I didn't buy more of those. So I pretty much got almost all of the solids, but I didn't get any of the multis. But yeah, at least that's finally here, because that had disappeared off of tracking since September 30th, so I was worried where the hell it went to. But luckily, it all seems to be good. And let me move box over here. Which side is... Okay. That side is the shipping label with my name and address, so let's keep this to my face. And get you going over here so I can actually get space to walk out of here. So yeah, I got my yarn and that is all good. Also, it depends. It's what you're doing it for. Like I said, dish towels, you need cotton, which that cotton yarn is for my shop. So that's why I got the cotton yarn. The acrylic, which I like acrylic for things that's like you're gonna get dirty and need to wash, and you need it to be able to withstand the washer and dryer. So, yeah. It depends. Which I also like wool, but again, it depends on what sort of product you're planning to use it for. Also, apparently they had this cute little thing where it's like, hey, look at the process in which you get your wool from, you know, from the sheepies to you working on stuff with it. Which apparently American West, although I think it's just for the high desert yarn. Probably not all their yarn. More than likely a good chunk of their yarn is like, you know, Europe. No problem. Let's see. But yeah, now that I have that all settled, which I had to wipe off the box, which is why break took me slightly longer than 10 minutes. Sorry about that. But let's get... Okay, wrong screen. There. Because I was pressing with the stupid little mouse thing. And let's pull this back up here. Ta-da! Let's move that back out. Well, in, rather. Is there anywhere else I need to... Okay, it doesn't look like there's any empty spots that are visible here with this color. Alright. So, let's pick this color back up again and get back to the pencil so I can add more texture lines going on here. Which, yeah, this time around I'm just gonna use a stabilizer tool. Oh, so it switched back to size 8. Huh, okay. Because I had it at 12, but eh. Nope. Actually, let's turn this a bit. I really am glad I know that short key in order to turn the canvas. That makes life so much easier. Nope. Did you get your decaf refill? Alright. Got tea with... Ooh! No, I only have like 1 cup of tea or coffee in a day. Like, that's it. Especially if it's caffeinated, which, you know, black tea. Specifically, it was Earl Grey that I had. So, I only do 1 cup of that in a day. So no refill for me. Plus, you know, caffeine has like 12-hour lifespan. So I figured 1 cup is good enough. Nope, don't like that one. Which, actually, I have the thing with the tea in it right here. This is tea too, apparently from Australia. I bought this. I didn't buy this myself. Got bought in England, which I guess it makes sense because, you know, they're still there. I don't know if colony's the right term. Yeah, no, colony's not the right term. But But I know, you know, Australia's flag still has the Union Jack in there. So they're still at least in, you know, relations with the United Kingdom. There's a specific term for it, but I do not recall what it is off the top of my head right now. So I don't want to say the wrong thing and piss off, you know, the Futureland people. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, there is a term, and I know the term, but it's just not springing forth to mind. Which is kind of annoying. There it is. I was like, when did I switch colors here? Nope. That is very off. Although arguably that line's also kind of off, but I feel like it gives it some level of character. So I will probably leave that alone. Nope. Let's try that again. Melbourne breakfast, which is nice tasted. Ooh, vanilla! I have 2 teas that I got bought from them. The Earl Grey one, which I am in love with that tin because it's so damn cute. Also that and some chocolate oolong tea, which I've never had oolong tea before. That one's a loose leaf, which I have some in Buser, so it's cool. But that is certainly, out of those 2, that one's my favorite, but the Earl Grey is nice, plus I didn't have, you know, what's its face? What the hell is going on? I think I might need to close and reopen my drawing app. It's doing weird stuff. Yeah, lines have disappeared. Whatever. I wasn't fond of that line anyway, so... But yeah, once I finish this thing, I will save, close the app, and then reopen. Alright, save. Right side this up. Move out. Yeah, I might just do over the front there because I'm not fond of how spaces look over there. So I might have to erase that and then do this over, which, But yeah, so let me close this. Yes. Yes, I want to save. I didn't do all that shit for no reason. Yes, I'm aware. Blah, blah, blah. Close the thing. Lose any information and blah, blah, blah. I'm aware. Waiting for save to complete. And... there we go. Gonna give it a second and then open it back up because it's being weird and laggy and I'm not sure what the reason is. So yeah, you'll probably see a black screen. My bad about that, but yeah, it was just annoying me. Alright, let me open this back up. It's a memory hog, so that might be the issue? I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, it decided to be weird today, and I don't know why. Alright, so it should start coming up. I use Krita, free app. I tend to bounce around between that and Autodesk Sketchbook Pro, which that I use for, like, mostly animation stuff, like, you know, the loading screen that I have, which, let me show you that here. While I'm at it, this screen. I did that in Autodesk Sketchbook Pro, which I'm honestly thinking about doing something else, or at least, you know, making something a wee bit more fancy. I remember this took me like a couple hours to get it done. Alright, waiting for said app to do the thing. Where are you? Oh, I have 2 versions of it open. Let me close one so the computer doesn't completely lose its mind. And thing is open again. Hi, I would like one of you to close, please. Like, very much would like one of you to close. I don't need 2 of you open. Redbubble. Gotta wait for it. Which I'll probably have to change that folder name. Wait for it. Come on. Yeah, it says it's not responding again. Give it a second. There we go. Yeah. Cool. We are back, and hopefully... Okay, stuff is saved how it's supposed to, so I don't have to go doing that line stuff again. So, let's get here. Zoom in and pick said color, and get back to what I was doing. Sorry about that interruption. Alright, so... time for me to tilt this. Oh, I'd rather tilt it that way. Zoom in. But yeah, I very much prefer, you know, free apps and stuff. When it comes to drawing, which these are not the only ones. There's... what's its face? Medibang, which I've seen people use, and that one looks like a good one as well. What's the other one? I think there's like a GIF looking one. Not new. I was thinking GIFbot, but I'm like, no, that's not the proper term. Don't remember what it is, but you know, there's at least one more you'd probably be able to find if you search around for digital art drawing apps that are free. Which, to note, if you're gonna use one for like a mobile device, like a phone or a tablet, I personally would prefer, or would recommend more, Autodesk Sketchbook Pro for the mobile, just because it's available on all platforms. I think Medibang might be too, I'm not sure. I would have to check on that. Nope. I figured I accidentally selected that color. Okay, let me tilt this way, because I seem to be in want of using that incorrectly. Also, no. Come on. Thank you. I would like that. Why? Line won't go where I want it to go. Come on. Keep going. Okay. Why does this thing not like me? Why don't I just space it out a little bit further? That'll do. Nope. I think one or two more of those, and then the end of this should be done. The thing is, I enjoy texture, but honestly, sometimes doing all these lines feel like they take forever, 'cause they do. Alright. That'll suffice enough for now. I know I'll have to clean like the outside lines because they're not straight. And also, let me turn off this stabilizer tool so I can erase out here. Although, arguably, I could just go over those, but I don't mind. So I'm honestly not in a hurry to finish, so Yep. Gently. There we go. And gently erase that. And then honestly make sure to save. There we go. Oh, I'd missed a minor spot here. Alright, and let's see. Go here. Make this about a 12. Yeah, 12 should be fine. Turn back that on. Yeah. Let's zoom you out just a wee bit so I can see the whole thing. Nope. Nope, too close. Alright, there. Give it a wee bit of space. Don't get too close. Oh, for fuck's sake. And then go about here. Yeah, it's a little too close to my liking. Let's try that again. And... no. I don't like the way the end of that line crooked around, so let's try that again. Third time. That works. Nope. There. And yeah. Just keep going like so. Yeah, that didn't connect. Nope. Don't do that again. Not. Ah, god damn it. Okay, how about if I come from? Nope. Alright, and also I'm having the want to sneeze feeling, and it's like the mic is like 2 inches from my face. So anybody wearing headphones would probably be deafened if I sneeze. So I'm hoping that leaves me alone for now. Alright, can I maybe fit one more line in there? Right now it doesn't look so I think I'll leave it alone for now. Yeah. And then basically start cleaning up lines and areas and then go in from there. I know there's a couple of wee empty spots here and there of the paint too. I could probably do those offline. Like that. You could definitely see the white there. Which, once this is done, it's probably gonna be a quick sunset-y background going on here. Which I'll probably need to open another canvas for that, but that shouldn't take terribly long. Because backgrounds, unless they're like intensely involved, usually don't take me too long. Come on. Mm-hmm. Man, that empty spot bugs me more than I thought it would. Nope. I already saved. I don't need you auto-saving. Although I kind of set it up to do that for, you know, that reason, but not when, you know, I'm actively doing stuff. Although I think it pauses when it realizes, hey, I'm doing things. Don't autosave. Oops. Come on. Oh, so I see my phone flashing at me for whatever reason. Who the hell called me now? I wonder if someone who actually wanted something. Nope. Not important. Cool. I thought it was gonna be. Oh, okay, let's get those little... Although, let's actually make that eraser a lot smaller. Still more cleaning up to do, but I think I might as well at least do a thing with the background. So let's see, width and height. Probably check one of my previous ones, but let me open that up because I always forget the dimensions for wallpapers and stuff. Which I'm gonna go with the larger size. Where is the thing? No, I don't think it's there. Might be over here. And then let's check. This folder here. Let's see. Yeah, that's what that one is. Which one is it? Oh, the large right there. So 3,567 by 2,000. Let's see, 2,000 for the height. 3,600. Although, let me double check. Oh, 3,567. There we go. Create. Alright, that should be about that. Alright, so at least add another layer. See if I could find a shade of blue that I like. Maybe a little bit darker than that. And fill in this area. Okay, yeah, a little bit darker. Better. Much better. Alright. And then come in with an airbrush for potentially that shade in purple, if not a little bit brighter. Also, let's switch back to brush. That's actually useful in any way. Oh, and I forgot that's still on. %71% opacity. Maybe turn it down to 54. I want it to shift over from oops. Yeah. From the purple to the really dark blue, which I have a second layer so I can maybe add some grass in there. And probably another layer for possibly some stars. if I want to. Which, let's zoom you in here, down here. Although, I can always hide that for now. Go, maybe paintbrush tool a wee bit smaller. Oops, I don't have that back on, do I? No, I don't. Some blades of grass. Although I'm probably gonna have to need to fill these by hand. Because usually when I do blades of grass, I end up not fully closing the lines. So I can't just fill with a paint bucket, which, that's fine. Alright. Although I could always add a stoop too, so let's actually turn this into a gray color. Yay, I needed that. I could probably just go like this. I want some stoops. Nope. That'll need to move over just a little. Okay. Is that a little too high? Maybe. Also, yeah. Let's move that over just a wee bit. Not touching. If you're gonna do steps, you're gonna need at least a little edge to where this is. Don't want to make it too complicated and add stoops to it. Or could I just, leave it as the grass and then, yeah. Maybe just leave it as grass. And call it a day there. For now. Instead of going too complicated also. Oops. Come back. There it is. Alright, if that goes there. Where's... Yeah, it still needs to go back. I'm gonna need a really dark green. Although, probably gonna need a little bit of glow around once I add the pumpkin into there. Alright, another layer. Although, let's... Oh, whoops, I did that there. Crap. I didn't realize I did that because I want to keep those two separate. Thank you. Honestly, not terribly much yet. Although I'm honestly gonna go a wee bit simplistic. Although I could potentially have a lantern up top or something, I don't know. Because I don't want to keep the top portion, you know, completely bare. Also, let me make this larger, but turn the opacity down a bit. Have that blend a little bit. I'm still not done with the pumpkin, although let me actually... For now, I can leave that be. Come back to this. Also, I should... Yep. It's time for me to take my second break. I was literally thinking to myself, probably about break time, isn't it? Although, actually, it's only one shade of purple, funny enough. It's one shade of purple and some dark blue up top. But they're similar enough in, you know, saturation. They look similar enough. Waiting for image operation. I was trying to do that. I wasn't trying to do that. Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna go take my second break and get up and stretch so my neck is not upset at me for the last bit as I work on stuff some more. So yeah, I definitely want to get up and stretch. I've been sitting these past 2 hours. Grab some water or tea or whatever beverage if you'd like. And I will be back. Feel free to play the games on the Be Right Back screen if you'd like. And I clicked the wrong thing, haven't I? Yes, I have. There we go. But yeah, feel free to play the Drop on the Plinko game, present here on the Be Right Back screen, and have fun. We'll get back to the art things, because there are no further updates that I really need to be discussing at this point in time. Which, for anybody lurking and has not heard, you know, Twitch got hacked and stuff, so you might want to, you know, change your password and potentially, you know, do some two-factor authentication if it doesn't already exist with your accounts, which that more so refers to anyone who does not stream. So, yeah, just be mindful of that. Alright. This, let's go to there. There's not much I want to do with that. Although for anybody who streams, their bot might not be two-factor authenticated, so you might want to take care of that too. Oops. Accidentally pressed the button on the pen, which you can use it for some shortcuts, but I don't use shortcuts terribly much when it comes to the drawing pen. So I pretty much have no need for it, and let's do that. Oops. Bye. So I'm mainly just cleaning up lines on the outside of this pumpkin, which I'd rather do that before rather than after add this to the scene, which is on the wallpaper on the other screen, which that's not fully done, but I just wanted to at least get that started. Okay, click the eraser. What are you doing?
Shut the front door off. No.
Oh, hey there, Rube. Thank you for the lurk. I think the bot's not fully connected to the thing, so that's why that's not coming up. So I'll probably need to fiddle around with stuff. Okay, why you're not switching like you should be? Do. Oh, let's see. Alright. Nope. Come on. But yeah, Rue, I hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. I am here working on something that's going to be in a wallpaper. Oops. Okay, why are we doing that? So either I need to update this app, or I need to update the driver. Although I swear the driver got updated recently, so it should not need updating. But it usually doesn't do the whole not selecting things when they're selected, unless stuff needs updating. Actually, I'd kind of hoped maybe I'd get really close to finishing today, which technically I am. I just need to, spot check some places here and there. Also, sorry, we've gotten into the I'm not sure what the heck to talk about, so I am focusing on the thing I'm currently doing instead of saying words. I'm getting so focused on. What are you working on? Oh, so I can't believe I just noticed that the bot has not said a thing the entire stream. Which, given I had to change the bot login too. It honestly should have occurred to me. You know what? Let me just do that now if I can, and then see where I can go from there. So let's see. Is it gonna? Yes, the bot name. Ah, yeah, hat. Okay, but yeah, and then disconnect, generate token, and then I think it's gonna be the. I forget which account I need to log into. Probably the bot one. What is it? There it is. And then go from here. Really hate this when I go check an email. Come on. Sorry, waiting for an email to pop up here so I can get it to do the thing. There it is. I think, no, that was from 2 hours ago. Then where is the other one? It definitely shouldn't be in junk. Let's check though. Nope, not there. Yes, I'm looking at the proper email, so where is it? Hello? Probably gotta give it a minute. That's helpful. Alright, so let me just clean out here as well as I possibly can while I'm waiting for that email to actually show up. If I can get the bot logged back in here. I honestly thought it was all fine, but I'd forgotten that you needed to, you know, have the connection thing, which changing the password would screw with that, so yeah. Fun times. Nope. Oops, did not mean to press that right there. Nope, don't do that. Also, speaking of that hat pattern, I think it was the same hat pattern you were working on before, if I am not mistaken. Or is this actually, you know, full-on new pattern? Okay, what the hell's going on? Why is that email not showing up? It's usually pretty much immediate. That's really, really weird. Hello? I mean, although it honestly could just be jammed up given, you know. There it is. Jeez. That only took like a decade. Alright. Connect. Ta-da! There it is. Alright, so bot is all good now. Awesome. That was weird, but I imagine given everybody and their brother is using this thing today, it is probably backed up. Dragon Rider Cat, hello, hi. I'm pretty sure you probably know about the Twitch hack of everything. So, yeah, other than that, not terribly much going on today. Got my yarn for, you know, the shop and stuff. Which was nothing too exciting, just mostly solid colors. What? Hopefully it's something fun and exciting. I officially, yeah, remember you had rated me yesterday and told me about the first part, but yay! Yay, and joining Naughty by Nature stream team. Congratulations! All the things. Which also, I think I have the thing on this screen. Let me double check before I do that thing. No, I don't have GiftBot here. Let me add that. Browser. Although, GiftBot might not be working too, given everything currently going on. Let's see. Maybe? Nope. Yeah, I'll need to relog that in, I imagine. Yeah. God, this thing having to reset everything is such a pain in the ass. Which means I'll have to re-authenticate that in there. But yes, very much congratulations! Have you gotten any emotes yet, or have any idea for what your emotes might be? Which, just a note, I do commissions for things like that. Oh wait, wrong layer. Yep. Wrong layers. Also, let's save what I have again. Also, how much time do I have left here? Alright, I have another 23. I have no idea. Ah, fair. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while to figure out what you want for emotes. Because you gotta get it to fit whatever, you know, the general premise of your stream is. Like, you know, if you have a favorite thing, you can make it that, but yeah, it takes some time. crochet and knitting for now. So you can potentially get some yarn related emotes, but again, whatever you come up with. Alright, that's what I thought. There's only a little bit I need to do with these. You better zoom in. Also, I do want to deal with the gaps going on here. There it is. Alright. I am more than likely not going to be going overtime today. I got some stuff I want to do. And I have cotton yarn to put away. Although that part should not take me terribly long. Which is not a ton of it, it's just good enough for the sake of inventory. Let's see. Nope. Okay, I'm noticing tiny little specks in there. Nope. It's doing that weird selecting thing again. Really would appreciate if it stopped doing that. Like, immensely. Ew. Other eye.
No. Angry.
Nope. A little bit lower. Also, honestly, today has been terribly much more cleanup than anything else, which I'm probably going to be doing more of that offline. Hopefully I'll get a chance to. so I can finish this and get this onto the wallpapers bit I got started. It's much easier to edit the lines before I go over there rather than after. Given all these layers are gonna be one solid thing. If we're editing and stuff like that, will be a lot more tricky. Also, my neck is complaining. This is why I try not to hunch forward like that. That does not always end up succeeding. Okay. Also, go back down here. Given I was freehanding the outside of the thing, the lines are definitely wobbly in places, which is to be expected. And let's see. There are bits that I hadn't gotten to clean up where the paint's right outside the line. Which also altering where the line is will also mess with that here and there. Also, is that solid or... yeah, that looks like shading. So I've gotten that outside the lines just a wee bit too. Alright, and I'm aware there are cracks. I will get to those at some point. Also, oops, let's go here. Anything else? Oops. There it is. Yeah, there was like one more at least over here. Oops. And then... nope. The only other thing I think would be need to lighten up in here, given the light's gonna come out the pumpkin. And have a wee bit of shading. But that's about it, at least, shading-wise when it comes to this. And then pretty much it's gonna be me cleaning up a bit of the lines in places, and then this is gonna get plopped over here, which I need to clean, or at least add in some color to those blades of grass, and maybe add a couple of stars in there. But yeah, not terribly much to get done. Which, once this is done, I think I'm gonna go over to at least starting on one of my sub-sketches I need to get done that I have put on the back burner for forever. I have the line art mostly all set, but I kind of want to clean it up and then start, you know, filling in the flats and the shading and so on and so forth. Also, I'll need to fill in those spots there. Oops. Did not mean to move that fast. Oops. Okay, that's shading. It's flat. Which also I do want to shade wee bits of the stem I've got going here now that I have the texture. So hopefully I don't forget that. But I don't think it will be too much in need of shading up here. Alright, let's see. But yeah, from like a faraway glance it looks done. But just needs to do wee little tweaks here and there. Which, speaking of, I still have some time, so I can probably add a little bit of shading up here while I have the opportunity to do so. So let's airbrush this color. Maybe a little bit darker since we're dealing with also let's turn off the stabilizer. I won't need that for this. Maybe a little bit too dark. Although I did want to change the stem color pretty much, but maybe a little bit lighter than that. Nope, still too dark. Let's lock that. No, that's pretty much that color. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it's because that color was so dark, seeing anything. Alrighty. Thank you for hanging out. Hopefully your hat has been made some progress. Enjoy your dinner and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye. I'm not going to be on for terribly much longer myself anyway, so you will not be missing much on my end. Alright, and a little bit darker than that. That's better. Oh, because the layer lock's on. Duh. I was like, why is this not doing anything? Alright, and that went out of line just a little bit right there. And make it a little bit lighter. I probably went a little bit too dark into places. And then make that a lot smaller. A lot less opacity. And then blend that out a little bit. And see how I feel about it. Alright. Okay. Also, yeah, down there too. I almost forgot, like right here. given that's tilted back. But this is gonna probably be in some semblance of shadow if there's light coming out of the pumpkin. So a little bit of eraser here. Tiny bit more airbrush. Although I'm gonna have to darken the lines at some point. Oh, it kind of would help if I, you know, turn the eraser all the way up. Maybe, possibly. Wild, I know. Oh, so you can tell it's late because sarcasm has kicked in hard. Or at least getting close to the end of stream. Nope. That was my fault, I just picked the wrong brush. Oops. Alright. Alright. I like how that goes. And this, let's see, a little bit later. Add in a little. Nope, that's eraser. I want airbrush, please. Oh, wait, not, yeah, because the green's reflecting off of that, so it's probably gonna be a weird color, I imagine. Also, I feel my neck's starting to complain at me. I don't think I did much of a stretch during that second break. But given it's not so bad because I wasn't hunching as much today. Alright, this and then maybe a little bit lighter and put that on top of that. Then I'd say maybe clean off that little edge bit. I don't want it going over the lines. Zoom in a little bit and blend here. Which, yes, I still need to fill in those cracks, but again, that's something I'm going to be doing off stream. It's not terribly interesting. Plus, it shouldn't take me that long. Oops. Also, let's see how we're doing on time. Yep, still a few more minutes. Okay, that's what that was. Alright. Thought it was something important. It doesn't look to be. Right here. Yeah, where that is, I can do a little bit darker. Also, let's zoom in a wee bit. Nope, move that over. And then go a little bit darker than that on the edge right there. Also, let me lock that now that that even exists. Oh yeah, that's the same layer, so technically locking the layer won't really do much of anything. Just prevent me from going over the edges, pretty much. Alright, and then come back down here. Alright, also, let's save. Because I haven't saved in a while. I should have a little thing telling me to save sometimes, but I'd probably have to turn it on and off for when I'm doing digital streams only. Alright, so, alright, that's shaded a little bit. Although I might add a little darker bits here, which... Alright. Let's see, maybe that... Wee bit darker. Make you smaller. And then blend that little bit there. So it's not too harsh, although, yeah, I see it doing the thing, so I might have to turn down the opacity a bit more. A little bit lighter than that, and then come back through. I know it's definitely about the 3-hour mark now, so I'm just gonna do last quick bits of stuff here and there. Although, there we go. Because I know I did that accidentally. Okay, it's a little too dark, so I might just deal with that later. But let me save that again. Yep, a little past the 3-hour mark, so... Ow. Given my next cranky, I'm gonna actually head off, so... Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day, however long or short that may be, and you know, having to deal with all this mess and stuff thanks to Twitch crap. And I will see you guys again Friday, because Thursdays I always have off, typically streaming, so I'll be back on Friday doing crafting stuff, which, before I forget, anybody here who is interested in yarn crafts, this is some yarn that I had hand spun, did a 4-ply, and finished plying it. One of the yarns was twisting the opposite way, so basically I was adding more twist to it when I was plying, so you can kind of see it's kind of like pulling in on itself, which actually this is not as bad as it was looking before, so not as bad, which I have more this time spinning, so although that time I'm probably gonna do a 3-ply. I don't feel like doing a 4-ply again, but I do love how the yarn looks. It is nice, not like next to your skin soft, but it's nice enough and ridiculously sparkly. I have no idea what it will be. But yes, so other than the yarn, I'll be heading off here, and I'll see you guys again Friday. Bye!